Welcome back everyone. I hope you all are doing well at your home. So this video is for the students of class 7th subject English. Lesson number 5 pronouns from our PC Ren's grammar book, and this is my lecture number 1. This chapter will be over in 2 lectures, okay? So, before starting a new topic, let's talk about something. Let's talk about our best friend. Okay, you frame some sentences on your best friend. I will also frame sentences for you. Okay, suppose my friend name is Divya. Divya loves to play guitar. Divya plays with me. Divya likes chocolates. Okay, now in these sentences, if you have noticed, I am repeating Divya and Divya again. So does it look nice? No. So what I will do, instead of repeating Divya and Divya again, I can replace her name with a pronoun that is she. Divya is my best friend. She loves to play guitar. She likes chocolates. She plays with me. Okay. So what I have done, I have replaced the noun Divya with a pronoun that is she. Okay. Let's have a clear view with the another example. Tina is absent because Tina is ill. Now in the sentence, I am repeating Tina again. So what will I do? I will replace second Tina with the pronoun she. Tina is absent because she is ill. So, words used in place of a noun are called pronouns. Or we can say a pronoun is a word that is used instead of a noun. Clear? So, there are few points that you have to remember. What are those points? Let's have a look. The first point is a pronoun takes the same position as a noun in a sentence. It means that a pronoun in the sentence will take the same position of the noun instead of which we are using it. Okay, for example, Tina is absent because Tina is ill. In this, to avoid repetition, I will remove second Tina with the pronoun she and I will replace Tina with she. See, Tina is absent because she is ill. So that's why I have said a pronoun takes the same position as a noun in a sentence. The second point is like a noun. Pronoun also plays the role of a subject or object in the sentence. Clear? Now, the third point is a pronoun should also agree with antecedent in the sentence, both in gender and number. Now, what is antecedent? The word or words that a pronoun replaces is called the antecedent. So, pronoun must match the antecedent in number and gender. See, initially I was talking about my one friend that is Divya. Okay, so for one friend I will use she. But suppose if I talk about my two friends, then what will I use? I will use they. That means my pronoun will automatically change with the change in number. See, with the help of some more examples, Sheena is my best friend. Sheena is a feminine gender. So for Sheena, I use she. She is a great dancer. But if I say Sham lives in my neighborhood, now Sham is a masculine gender. So for Sham, I will use he. He loves to play cricket. I hope it is clear to you. Now, let us discuss about types of pronouns. There are total 9 types of pronouns that are first personal pronouns, second possessive pronouns, third reflexive pronouns, fourth emphatic pronouns, fifth relative pronouns, sixth interrogative pronouns, seventh demonstrative pronouns, eighth indefinite pronouns, and ninth distributive pronouns. Now we shall discuss all these 9 types of pronouns in detail. Okay. So let's start with the first type of pronoun, that is personal pronoun. It is clear with the name, that is personal pronoun, that talks about the person. Okay, so pronouns that take place of persons are called personal pronouns. They can be either singular or plural. So now we are going to discuss uses of personal pronouns. Okay, we use personal pronouns depending upon. There are a number of points on which the use of personal pronouns depends. We will read them one by one. So the first thing is number, that is singular or plural. It means that personal pronouns depends on the number of the noun, that is singular or plural. For example, Ravi went to a party. Here Ravi is singular, that is why I have used he enjoyed it. Now if I say instead of Ravi, children. Children went to the party. Now children is plural. So instead of he, I will use pronoun that is they enjoyed it. So that's why it is said that personal pronouns depends on singular or plural number of the noun. Understood? Now, the second point is that personal pronoun depends on gender of the noun, that is male, female, neuter or common. For example, Sheetal is in the pool. She loves swimming. Sheetal is a feminine gender of female, so we used she for Sheetal. And if you see in the second example, that is Rohan is in the pool, he loves swimming. Rohan is a masculine gender, he is a male, so that's why we have used he for Rohan. He loves swimming. Now, the third point for personal pronoun is person. Means personal pronoun depends on first person, second person and third person. Now the question arises, what is first person, second person and third person pronouns? First person is the person who is speaking, or we can say the speaker. Second person is listener to whom we are speaking. And third person is that person about whom the first person is speaking to second person. Okay, for example, he, she, it. Now, let's have a quick review of this with the help of this table. Suppose I say I need to meet you. Okay, so I, who is talking, who is speaker, is first person pronoun. To whom I am talking? You. I need to meet you. So you is second person pronoun. If I further add something in this sentence, then I will say I need to meet you to talk about her. So about whom I am talking? Her. Her is third person. So for singular, I and me are first person pronoun, and for plural, we and us. You, that is second person pronoun, remains same for plural also, for singular noun also. And he, she, it is for third person pronoun, him, her, it for in objective case, and they and them in plural case. Okay. Now, the second type is possessive pronouns. What are possessive pronouns? Pronouns that shows possession are called possessive pronoun, or you can say the pronouns that shows ownership are known as possessive pronouns. For example, this bag is mine. Whose bag is this? Mine. So mine is a possessive pronoun. The keys on the table are yours. Whose keys are those? Yours. So yours is a possessive pronoun. So we can say a pronoun such as mine, yours or theirs, which is used to refer to the thing of a particular kind that belongs to someone, is a possessive noun. Clear? So let's have a quick review of possessive pronouns with the help of this table. In this table here I have categorized possessive pronouns on the basis of person, that is first person pronoun, second person and third person. So for first person pronoun we will use mine and ours for possessive pronouns for showing possession, mine in singular and ours in plural. For second person pronoun we will use yours both for singular and plural nouns, and for third person pronoun we will use his or hers for singular and theirs for plural. Okay. Now let's come to our third type, that is demonstrative pronouns. Pronouns that are used to point out the object or objects are called demonstrative pronouns. So demonstrative pronouns are used to point out some objects. Okay, for example, this is present from my uncle. These are merely excuses. So this and that are the demonstrative pronouns used for singular noun, and these and those are the demonstrative pronouns used for plural nouns. Clear? Now, there are 2 points in demonstrative pronouns that you have to keep in mind. Okay, first, this refers to what is close at hand and nearest to the thought or person of the speaker, whereas that refers to what is over there, farther away. For example, this is better than that. Now, in this sentence, this refers to what is close to me and that refers to what is farther than me. Okay. Second point that you have to keep in mind is that with its plural, those means that and those are used to avoid the repetition of a preceding noun. For example, the climate of Belgium is like that of Pune. Now here that refers to the preceding noun, that is Belgium. Instead of using Belgium again, I have used that. So that is why it is said that with its plural those is used to avoid the repetition of a preceding noun. Clear? Now, the fourth one is interrogative pronouns. As the word suggests, interrogative, to interrogate someone or to ask someone. So, pronouns that are used to ask questions are called interrogative pronouns. For example, which is your car? Who is your favorite cricketer? So, these are the examples of interrogative pronouns which are used to ask questions. The next type is reflexive pronouns. When self is added to my, your, him, her, it, and selves to our, your, them, we get what are called compound personal pronouns or reflexive pronouns. We can say reflexive pronouns are made by adding self and selves to personal pronouns. Okay, so such pronouns are used when the action done by the subject turns back or reflect on the subject. For example, I hurt myself. Now the pronoun myself is reflecting back to the subject, that is I. Whom I hurt myself. So here myself is reflexive pronoun. Take another example. I cleaned my room myself. Here myself is reflecting back to the subject I. So myself is reflexive pronoun. Clear? Now here are some points that you have to keep in mind. A reflexive pronoun can never be used as the subject of a sentence. For example, if I say myself I hurt, this will be a wrong sentence because this makes no sense. So that is why it is said that a reflexive pronoun can never be used as the subject of a sentence. Okay, it is always used as the object of a verb. Clear? Now the sixth type is emphasizing pronouns. Now it is little bit confusing. Listen it carefully. Emphasizing pronouns are also formed by adding self and selves to personal pronouns. Okay. Pronouns that are used to add emphasis are called emphasizing pronouns. Now these are the pronouns that are just used for adding for the sake of emphasize. Okay. For example, I cleaned the room myself. This is the example which I gave you in the case of reflexive pronouns. So in this sentence, myself is a reflexive pronoun. But if you will say, I myself cleaned the room. Now in this case, myself is used just for the sake of emphasis that I myself cleaned the room. So in this sentence, myself is emphasizing pronouns. Clear? Now see with the help of example what is the difference between reflexive pronouns and emphatic pronouns. See the first example, I myself saw him do it. In this sentence, myself is emphatic pronoun because it is used just for the sake of emphasis. And if I will remove myself, then the meaning of the sentence will not change. See, I saw him do it. The meaning of the sentence is still same because I was using myself only for the sake of emphasizing. Okay. Now see the second example. She hurt herself. Here herself is reflexive pronoun, and if I will remove it, the meaning of the sentence will change. See, she hurt. Now the meaning of the sentence has changed. Whom she has hurt? I don't know because I have removed herself. So if we will remove reflexive pronoun from the sentence, the meaning of the sentence get changed. And if I remove emphatic pronoun from the sentence, the meaning of the sentence remains same. So this is the difference. Clear? Now let's come to a seventh type of pronoun, that is distributive pronouns. Pronouns like each, either, neither, that consider members of a group separately rather than collectively are called distributive pronouns. For example, each of the men was paid rupees 5. Each, either, neither refer to people or things one at a time. Okay? Either and neither should be used only in speaking about two people or things. When more than two are spoken about, anyone should be used. As, has any one of you a blue pencil? This point says that if I am talking about two people or things, then we will use either or neither. Otherwise, we will use anyone. Okay? Now, the eighth type of pronoun is indefinite pronouns. Okay, what are indefinite pronouns? Pronouns that refer to people or things in a general way, but do not refer to any person or thing in particular are called indefinite pronouns. Or we can say when we are not talking about a particular person, we use indefinite pronouns. For example, none of his poems are well known. Here, none is indefinite pronoun. Keep one thing in mind that none is shortened form of not one, yet it is commonly used with plural verbs. Okay. See second example. Somebody has stolen my watch. I don't know who has stolen. So I'm not talking about a particular person. That is why I have used somebody, that is an indefinite pronoun. Third example. Nobody was there to rescue the child. I'm not talking about a one person or two person. I'm talking that no one was there. Nobody was there to rescue the child. So nobody is indefinite pronoun. Clear? Now the ninth type of pronouns is relative pronouns. A pronoun is called a relative pronoun when it refers or relates, that is, carries us back to some noun going before. For example, I met Rio who had just returned. The word who is used instead of the noun Rio. It therefore does the work of a pronoun, though it also works as a conjunction. Such a pronoun is known as a relative pronoun. Now, in our next video, we shall discuss relative pronouns in detail, but here it's just for a brief information that relative pronouns act as conjunction, and a pronoun is called a relative pronoun when it refers or relates to some noun going before. Clear? So, this was your chapter number 5, pronouns, in which we discussed what are pronouns and what are its 9 types. In next video, we shall discuss relative pronouns in detail. Okay, now your homework is you have to revise pronouns and then you have to do given exercise in rough notebook. If you are having your books with you, then do it in your books itself. But if you are not having your books, then I have mentioned book exercise here in the video. See from here and then do them in your rough notebook or on pages if you are maintaining a different folder for your grammar exercises. Okay. So, your first exercise is complete the sentences with the correct form of pronouns. First, Rama and dash were present in bracket I or me. Rama and dash were present in bracket I or me. Second, you are smaller than dash in bracket he or him. You are smaller than dash in bracket he or him. Third, I know that it was dash in bracket she or her. I know that it was dash in bracket she or her. Fourth, he is taller than dash in bracket I or me. He is taller than dash in bracket I or me. Fifth, let you and dash try what we can do in bracket I or me. Let you and dash try what we can do in bracket I or me. Sixth one is you know that as well as dash in bracket I or me. You know that as well as dash in bracket I or me. Seventh, we are not so poor as dash in bracket they or them. We are not so poor as dash they or them. Eighth, Rama is as old as dash in bracket I or me. Rama is as old as dash in bracket I or me. Ninth, he is known to my brother and dash in bracket I or me. He is known to my brother and dash in bracket I or me. 10th, they are far better singers than dash in bracket we or us. 11th, whom can I trust if not dash question mark in bracket he or him. 12th, let dash who can answer this question he or him. Now your second exercise is underline the pronouns in the following sentences, then write R for reflexive pronouns and E for emphatic pronouns. Okay, now you have to identify between reflexive pronouns and emphatic pronouns. First, the dog chalked itself. The dog chalked itself. Second, we seldom see ourselves as others see us. We seldom see ourselves as others see us. Third, a house divided against itself cannot stand. A house divided against itself cannot stand. Fourth, Xerxes himself was the last to cross the Hellespont. Fifth, I myself heard his remarks. I myself heard his remarks. Sixth, he himself said so. He himself said so. Third exercise is read the following sentences and say whether the italicized pronouns are demonstrative, indefinite, or distributive. First, none of his movies were super hits. None of his movies were super hits. Second, that is the India Gate. That is the India Gate. Third, that book is yours. That book is yours. Fourth, one must not always praise oneself. One must not always praise oneself. Fifth, some are born great. Some are born great. Sixth, either of you can go. Either of you can go. Seventh, these cows cost 10,000 rupees each. These cows cost 10,000 rupees each. Eighth, the two women hate each other. The two women hate each other. Ninth, the stranger is welcomed as such. The stranger is welcomed as such. 10th, our soldiers were better drilled than those of enemies. Now your fourth exercise is complete the exercise with who, whom, whose, which or where. First, what's the name of the man dash car you borrowed? What's the name of the man dash car you borrowed? Second, a pacifist is a person dash believes that all wars are wrong. A pacifist is a person dash believes that all wars are wrong. Third, the place dash we spent the holidays was very beautiful. Fourth, I don't know the name of the woman to dash I spoke on the phone. Fifth, Ron and Jessica dash had got married last year, recently bought a new house. Sixth, their new house dash they bought was quite cheap. So this was your lecture number 1 for chapter 5 pronouns from PC Ren's grammar book. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, then please like the video and subscribe our channel.